Welcome back to Breakfast Television. On Friday, Apple will release its latest iPhone, the iPhone XR. It has many of the same features as both the iPhone XS and the iPhone XS Max, which were just released last month, but yet it's cheaper. So what did Apple change to lower the price? And will you notice the difference? Mike is here with all the details.
Yeah.
This is interesting.
And you have it in your hand there.
Yeah.
And I've got to say, a lot of people are wondering, do I wait for the iPhone XR rather than buy the XS Max or the XS?
Yeah.
And you know what? It's interesting. Apple did something really interesting. They swapped out some components to lower the price. But the big question is, are you going to notice a difference?
Yeah.
Okay, so first thing you're going to notice with the phone is that colors.
Yeah.
Now we have colors, not just the metallic colors that we've seen in the past, but if you turn it around, this one is blue.
Oh, look how pretty that is.
A lot of people like. So they have, blue, coral, yellow, and it's not like a banana yellow. It's more like a mustard yellow. But if you look on the side, they've swapped out the metal from stainless steel. On this version, the XR actually has aluminum, but they've colored the aluminum, so it matches the color of the phone.
And people notice this stuff.
The first thing I noticed, because I thought sometimes colors can be kind of, I don't know, I'm not a big fan of the bright colors, but I actually really did like this. I'll unlock it for you.
Oh, thank you. I don't think I can.
No, you can't because it's, of course, Face ID.
Yes.
There you go.
Terrific.
So the other thing that they've changed is... That's okay. The other thing they have changed is the screen.
Oh.
So while the iPhone XS Max and the XS both have OLED displays, this has liquid crystal display. That's what Apple is calling it. Basically, it's an LCD display.
Wow.
So technically, LCD cannot show the same contrast or the same bright colors as an OLED. There's usually way more contrast in OLED. The blacks are always really dark and inky black and a little bit more contrast there. But you know what? Putting them side by side, honestly, hard to tell the difference.
Really?
I'm a big fan of OLED. I've been using the XS Max for the last month. I put them side by side, and yes, if you really look at the difference, you can see that the blacks are darker on the OLED.
Right.
Average person, not going to notice it.
Wow.
What some people will notice, though, flip it around, and you'll see, instead of 2 rear cameras, a single camera on the back.
Oh.
This can make a difference, especially when you go into zooming. So digital zoom, you only have one lens, so there's no digital zoom. It's all optical zoom. It's all digital zoom. It's all using software to do that zoom instead of actually using the 2 lenses.
Okay.
So that can come into play, but you can also step 6 feet forward and get the same shot.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Not a big difference there. And it does take some nice photos. I'm going to take a look at some of the photos I snapped on this. I was just at the park over the weekend, and you can see... Oh,
pretty.
Yeah, you know what? The colors are bright, bold, beautiful.
Okay, so which is this one?
This is the XR.
Okay,
these are all XR photos that I'm going to be showing you.
Okay.
The next one here, you'll see my son Taylor. I got him to throw up some leaves up into the air with burst mode so you can capture the exact moment that you want.
Wow.
Looks great. And then the next one is what they call portrait mode. This is where it usually uses the 2 lenses, and it can create a depth, right?
Yeah, it crushes that background.
So since there's not 2 lenses here, the iPhone XR uses machine learning to be able to tell what's in the background and what's in the foreground.
Oh.
So it uses machine learning to crush, and for the most part, it works really well.
Yeah.
But you will notice if you take a careful look along the chains on the left-hand side of the screen there by the hand, and on the right-hand side by the hand, see how some areas didn't quite register and it didn't blur. That's because it is using machine learning.
Yeah.
What happens on the iPhone XR is that the machine learning is looking for a face, a human face, and then it'll crush everything else.
Okay.
It will not work with inanimate objects. I can't have a flower in the foreground and something else in the background and blur that background. It needs a face.
Okay,
so there is one difference.
Maybe it's not for you.
Right. So there is one difference that you are going to notice there. Battery life, this actually has a better battery than the iPhone XS and the iPhone XS Max.
Really?
And it's because of that LCD display.
Oh.
Because there's not as many pixels, the resolution is lower, you actually can probably get 2 or 3 more hours out of this battery than on the other models that were announced last month.
Wow.
And of course, the big difference, price.
Yes.
The XR actually is about $350 less than the XS, and it's about $490 less than the XS Max.
And it has these cute colors, too.
Yes. So bottom line, Leah, when you put these all together, can you notice, yes, there are differences, but does the average user, will they notice?
Right.
Nope.
No.
They probably will not. Unless you need to crush all of your backgrounds in the bokeh mode, you're probably not going to notice, and you're going to be saving yourself money. This iPhone, the iPhone XR, is probably the best bang for your buck when it comes to all the iPhones released in 2018.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So if you've been waiting and holding off, I would take
Don't worry.
give the 10R a serious look.
Wow. Okay. Well, thank you for that, Mike.
Plus, like you said, the colors.
And I really like the colors. They're so pretty. Thank you for that, Mike.
You're welcome.
All right, we're going to go for a break here on BT. When we come back, we have more of the BT Hockey Classic. Stay with us.